Hello, Brian here, Dr. Brian. It is Thursday and I'm on my way home to maybe a snowy evening. There's three cold fronts, all quite low cells, 978 kilopascals. I think that's right. Anyway, that's quite low, and there's three, and they're heading our way. So I'm expecting quite cold winds, and they're predicting snow sort of variably down to sort of 800 meters, which is 200 meters below where I live. So hopefully I'll get home, and then I'm not sure if I'll get out in the morning. Anywho, here we are. It's Thursday. It's been a great day. Had a new client, and again, just talking about logic and how the body responds, and then working to get a really comprehensive understanding of what her issues are. And we've often found that there's a long-term diagnosis that's real, that everybody, if you like, works with, but often there's a very limited result. And our observation and findings quite often is that that isn't the primary reason for the problem. It's actually, if you like, a secondary reason, a limiting reason, and it becomes more of an issue when an other factor is involved simultaneously, and that means that that area of weakness has very little adaptive capacity, and therefore they kind of fall into a hollow and have difficulty coming out again. And proof of that is that things that appear to have no relationship to the injury or the injury zone actually seem to have a really wild and unpredictable outcome. So that's a body that is reactive, not responsive, and we don't like that. So that's going to be an interesting and informative story for everyone, and I'm expecting that we will get a good positive result, because we're going to look at all the factors that are at play, and that will help us understand what's the area to give the body back its adaptive range, so that it's not as susceptible to unexpected input, or even quite modest input that somehow confounds, confuses, or that whatever's done takes away, if you like, a body's coping mechanism, and it's kind of laid bare. So we'll look forward to that over the next week. Should be exciting. Now, I'm in my second round of the One Funnel Away challenge with ClickFunnels, and so yesterday was failure, and my failures are modest to non-existent. I've had certainly things that I've had to do, and I've met myself in the hallway, as we say, where my own limitations are actually the reason I haven't moved forward. And that's surfaced in a number of ways in the recently, and also in the last few years. Apart from earlier in my life, when I, discovered that being nice wasn't what I was being paid for. So this today is a very interesting concept that actually you can weave into other areas. And I'm a master at stitching it back to the concept of health. So just watch me do it. So the concept is the who, not the how. So I am a prime candidate for getting stuck in the how, not the who. So I am blessed or cursed with an ability to actually turn my hand to anything I decide to do. I haven't tried ballet or pole vaulting. I'm not sure I want to do it enough. But one Easter I thought, I've rebuilt some engines, I reckon I could sew a shirt. Easter is usually fairly miserable weather in New Zealand, because it's sort of, it's autumn, so Aprilish. And so I bought some corduroy and a pattern, and I was going to make this shirt with an opening sort of halfway down, a placket front, I believe, and it was reasonably straightforward. I did have to unpick the collar because I started sewed it on around the wrong way, and that was a lot of annoying work. But once I'd done it, I thought, okay, well, that's good. I can sew a shirt. I don't need to do it again. I actually never made the buttonholes. I wore it occasionally as an overshirt because it was tan chocolate brown corduroy, and it looked quite good over a white skivvy or a white polo neck sweater, a light sweater. But I eventually gave it away because I thought it served its purpose and someone else can get some use out of it. So the how, not the who, means that you actually work as a team and get others around you to help you and use their resources, people that are good at stuff, to actually get things done much more quickly. So you're not labouring slowly doing things that you could do, but you're not good at. And so sometimes the result is not perfect, and you've also wasted time doing stuff. So I was brought up with a father that could do nearly anything, and he thought that it was appropriate that you attempt to do stuff yourself, and that a man should be able to turn his hand to anything he chooses to do. And that may be not a current way of thinking, but I do think that it actually goes back to a pre-urban era when you actually had to be able to do a lot of stuff yourself because there wasn't a specialist around the corner. They were not within easy distance, and it was actually, in this case, easier to do it yourself than wait for the specialist to turn up. However, in today's environment, it's actually, I couldn't get someone, as I did the other day, in America to design some covers for some electronic books, for some e-books, that actually took 48 hours, and they were fantastic and cost, $50 or something. So I will have to get in touch with her again to help me a second time around, and get some other people to help me, because this reluctance to actually get other people on board to help me meant that I actually failed in the overall objective of launching a funnel at the end, within the 30 days of the challenge, and I'm still creating some of the content. And one of the problems is that I haven't found a slick way to actually make the content creatable by someone else, and that's critical, otherwise it's not going to work. So that is something to work with. Find a way to actually make the content creatable by others, and I've got some electronic tools that allow me to turn a YouTube into text, or a Facebook Live into text, or and that sort of technology is just fabulously clever. It's really good. So and that's a way to sort of outsource things. You get a third party called software. But the bottom line is, business success is a team event, and it's all about having a team around you that help you and finding the right people to do that. Now, your health is also a team event, and I run into clients and individuals occasionally who come to see us, and I want them to, have us take our advice or have us help them. Ran into a friend today, and he said, I might think about going to the gym because my knees are sore, and I helped do this, and I was on my knees laying a floor, and now my knees are really sore, and it's not good. So I think it's probably inflammation and arthritis. And I said, well, if it happened after an event, they probably need an adjustment, and then they'll be right. But I suspect he won't be in, because I think he doesn't quite believe me, and I think he's reluctant to potentially spend the money. And I find that fascinating. And then somebody else came to see me the other day, and I think he wants to do it himself. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that he can do what I do himself. So I'm just intrigued. So I'm liking the concept of all in. Are you all in or not? And that is my new catchphrase. Are you all in? Because if you are, I'm really excited about working with you. But if you're on the side of the pool looking, then there's someone else who's better suited, because if you're all in, we can do awesome stuff together. But if you just want to dabble, it's really hard to get the change that you think you want. Well, you probably do want, but you just have to partner with others to speed the process, and often you can't just do it yourself in your garden or in your bedroom. So I've somehow run up 10 minutes, and that's really great. I'm thinking we're going to run into the service station and get a coffee for the balance of the trip, and tomorrow I might be able to show you snow. Woo! You have a great evening wherever you are. It's probably the morning somewhere else, or the middle of the night. It is the middle of the night in New York. So have a great evening, have a great morning, and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye.